Gemma cynghrair y cynhedroedd a GML gyfle Cwpan y Byd. Welcome to St Fagans for the squad announcement regarding the Nations League matches and the playoff final. First thing to say, it's good to be back. After 2 years, good to see you all. Nobody's changed, nobody's aged. Everybody's looking fantastic. Just to remind ourselves what we're supposed to do here now, I suppose. First part of the press conference, obviously, open for questions to Rob. And then we'll be breaking out for individual interviews, I think, with Sioned and Geraint, plus the written press after as well. So if we start, I think the session up to about 15 minutes. Rob, would you like to go first? Rob Phillips?
Hi Rob, nice to see you again.
Always first, Rob.
Couldn't bring the skeleton with me. A jumbo squad.
Yeah.
Is that because of the amount of games, and how are you looking on Poland with the focus on the World Cup?
Yeah, the size of the squad purely is because of the amount of games we've got in quick succession, Rob. It's unrealistic to ask these players to play, and we were playing against top-level opposition here. The reason we wanted to get promoted from B to A was to play these games, but we have to bear in mind we can't ask the players that we've got to go, 3 days later and keep competing at the top level. So, yeah, I think the Nations League gives us an opportunity, Rob, to have a look at some of the younger players that we've got. We've all seen firsthand what Brennan Johnson's doing at Forest, and undoubtedly he's going to be the future of Wales football. So it's exposing players like Brennan and Rubin and Rabbi and the younger players that we saw against the Czech Republic, exposing them to top-class opposition, and not necessarily that will help us win games of football right now, but inevitably give them that experience to enable us to win games of football later on down the path, maybe. And with regards to the final, the Poland game is a game that we want to win, and we'll go out, but we'll also have obviously one eye on the final 5 days later, absolutely.
So is it possible that, say, Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey won't even travel to Poland? Are you intending to keep some players back specifically for the playoff final?
No, I think as we've done in the past, we've always kept the group together. There's going to be individual plans for players like that, of course. There are senior players. I'm not necessarily going to train them the same way as we would with the younger group. Absolutely not. There's got to be a common sense approach to it as well. And they'll be with the group. I'm not going to go into how many minutes they will play, if any, against Poland. But I'm going to keep my cards close to my chest. But I think we've all got pretty much a good idea of what the team's going to look like against Poland compared to the one against the winners of Scotland or Ukraine.
Much has been talked about Gareth and his future. How dependent do you feel his future is on the result in the World Cup playoff?
Yeah, I think everybody's probably thinking the same thing. It'll depend on how that results go with regards to what he does next season with the club. I can't speak for that. The only person who can answer that is Gareth. All I know is whenever he turns up for us, he's first class. He showed it again. He showed his class again against Austria with a world-class free kick. It's not just what he does on the pitch for me, it's what he brings off the pitch as well. So I don't know. I don't want to speculate about what he's going to do next year. Our full focus, and himself included, is on winning this game against Ukraine or Scotland, to then have that, he can worry about that problem after.
But he's with you for the whole camp, no matter what happens on June the 5th.
Yeah, absolutely. He's with us for the full camp, yeah. He's made that really clear to me. He's here for the full duration. He'll meet up a little bit later, understandably, the Champions League final. So, yeah, he's here for the duration.
Aaron Ramsey, you saw what happened last night.
Yeah.
He has to take a penalty for Wales against Scotland or Ukraine.
Yeah.
Are you putting faith in him?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, it happens to the best in the world. It happened to Gareth in the Euros, and within 2 minutes of the miss, he's setting chances and goals up. So top players, they put themselves up there. I'm so proud of him for putting himself up there. He's a world-class footballer. He had the courage and conviction to take a penalty. I think Rangers have been outstanding. To get where they did has been a massive achievement for them. I think they should be really, really proud of them as a club for what they've done. But like I said, top players recover from that, no problem. And I have no doubt whatsoever, if they come to penalties, of him taking one.
Should he have been on earlier?
Well, that's down to individual opinions, Rob, isn't it? And managers, and I completely understand why he went with the same team. I'm a loyal manager myself, and if you're getting success and a winning formula, it's hard to change it. You set yourself up for criticism. It's brave to do so. So he's picked a team that he thought was going to win the game, and unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Bit of housekeeping, Rob. With Silva and Brennan in the Championship playoff final, are you expecting them to be in Poland?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I've been in that position myself in the past where celebrations have to go on hold and your job's to play for your country. So they'll all be meeting up within 24 hours of the game.
Nathan Broadhead, the only young cap player. Tell us about him.
I've worked with Brodie for years now, Rob, through the younger age groups. He's been in our system since probably 14, 15 years old, scoring important goals, and I've seen him develop. In development football, it can spike and then it can plateau a little bit. And he's had a couple of difficult low moves, but he's always had that potential. He's got pace, he's got an eye for goal, and this season he's come into his own at Sunderland. He's gone to a club that play the way that he enjoys playing. He's scoring goals, barring his injury that he's had in the last couple of weeks, that's set him back a little bit. And I think it's right for him to come back in, and he's one of them that I want to look at for the future. And if I can expose him to opposition like Holland and Belgium, and then I'm absolutely gonna do it.
Keep them all back.
Yeah.
How much of a lift is that for you?
Massive. Yeah. I think he helped Bournemouth across the line, didn't he, with the important goals towards the end, and. He poses a threat for many reasons, Kiefer, and it's not just because of his physicality. I've said many times before, he's got a good touch, his hold-up play, his link-up play is excellent, and he's a willing runner. And when you've got all those attributes, I'm not surprised that he got the move he did, and he's getting the praise that he's got now for finishing the job off for him and getting him promoted.
Last couple. Tom Lawrence, Wayne Rooney said you should pick him and get over your history with him. How do you respond to that?
Well, I've just said there, funnily enough, about Rangers. When you've got a formula, and I'm a loyal manager as well, and man, and when you've got a formula that's getting you success and winning, it's hard for me to change it. And at the minute, you've got the likes of Brennan that's going to be the future of Welsh football and playing exceptionally well and voted young player in the Championship. When you've got people like him coming into the squad and the core squad that I've had, it's not just about the games, it's about the environment that we try to create as well, and that's really important for us. And I've just, it's down to personal opinion, and I've just picked a squad that I think is going to qualify us for a World Cup.
So there's no history as far as you're concerned?
No, I think he was disappointed after the Euros for not being involved in the squad, but again, I had a decision to make. I wanted to expose people like Ruben Colwill that, again, I see is going to have a bright future with Wales, and tough decisions to make, but we had a conversation after. But like I said, everything's been put to bed and fine, and we move forward. And we're both men, we're both adults, and we've both gone on with it.
And last one, Jake Daniels of Blackpool.
Yeah.
Become the first openly gay player to openly say that.
Yeah.
What did you make of that? How much courage has he shown? What do you think football will make of it in general?
Well, fully support him, absolutely. I think it's fantastic what he's done. I think he's shown a tremendous amount of bravery by doing it. He's a young lad, but I think he'll have nothing but full support from all in football, and rightly so. It was absolutely the right thing to do. Why should he live like he was and hide in it and not feeling comfortable? Come on, we've all got we're 2022 now, and fully support him, and I'm really proud of him for doing that.
Cheers, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Lawrence, hiya.
Hey, Rob.
Hiya.
Following up then on those questions, great to see Danny Ward getting a Premier League start. You must be really happy. I guess he's back to full fitness for you.
Yeah, I spoke to Wardy a couple of days ago. He's back to full fitness. He's raring to go, and like I said, we've got two world-class goalkeepers, haven't we? So great to have them back involved.
Dan James, obviously going to be missing the end of the season. Have you been in touch with him and find out how he's feeling?
No, I haven't spoke with Dan. I saw the incident, I saw the sending off. Unfortunately, he's going to miss a couple of games, but he's had a long season, DJ. So I don't think the rest is going to hurt him. So he'll be coming into camp, having had a couple of weeks rest. Not great for himself and for Leeds fans. They want the best players playing, and he certainly is one of them. But for us, from a selfish point of view, he's coming in now off the back of a couple of weeks rest, and hopefully we'll benefit from that.
Just on Gareth, I know he's obviously going to be playing the final with Ramsey. Was there ever any talk that he would miss that because he's fairly involved there?
No, I think Gareth puts himself up when he's fit, to be available for Real Madrid like he does with us. So it's down to the manager then whether they want to select him in the squad or not. And I think he's confident he'll be involved, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens with regards to whether he plays, whether he's not involved, and then get him on camp as soon as we can.
And just on Brennan Johnson, obviously he missed out on the Euros last summer. In a funny roundabout way, it sort of helped him this season, do you think, to be sort of fresh and ready to go for the Championship?
Yeah, and I applaud. I think his dad represents him, looks after him, and I think the way they've developed him has been exceptional. It's a great lesson for all the young players to have a look at how he's done it. He's gone out and done the hard yards. He's gone out on loan at lower level clubs and played competitive football. He then could have gone for a great move in January in the window, and they turned it down. They didn't think it was the right thing for him. He wanted to stay because he was playing at a club that was showing him love and playing him week in, week out, and I thought it was the right. He could have chased the money and gone, and that's what I like about him. He chose not to. He chose to stay, and he knew that if he keeps continuing to develop and play like he has done and score goals and create chances, the move will inevitably come, and I think he will get that move in the summer. But for him to play like he's done from January to end of the season is a credit to himself.
And just finally for me, we saw Eurovision at the weekend, and Ukraine waved support from Ukraine for that. Going into the sort of Scotland game and then potentially against Wales, so it's almost like the rest of the world will be against or wanting Ukraine to get through.
Yeah, of course. We saw it with Denmark in the Euros, and all the neutrals will, of course, want to see Ukraine do well. You just alluded to it about the Eurovision Song Contest. You know, they've won it because they had the backing of the world. But business is business at the end of the day. And yes, if we could click our fingers and take away the pain and hurt that they're going through, we would absolutely do it in a heartbeat. Of course we would. But when it comes to football, when the whistle goes, we're going to want to win that game.
Thanks, Lawrence. Diolch. Anybody else in this session? No? Okay. Diolch yn fawr, thank you. We'll move on to the one-to-one situations now. Diolch yn fawr, thank you.
Diolch yn fawr.